So you've made it inside the U.S. Open. Now what? I'm Pat Kernan. I've been covering and attending the U.S. Open for almost 30 years now. Here are some of my top tips for making the most of your day while you're here. Everybody wants to see the biggest names, and if you have a ticket to either the day session or the night session at Arthur Ashe Stadium, you are guaranteed a couple of the marquee matches there. But there's also so much going on elsewhere. You can see about a dozen courts at a time here. At these smaller courts, you just walk up, you grab a seat, and see the action up close and personal. If you have a day session ticket, there's nobody who kicks you off the property when the night session is about to begin, so you really can make it a full day of tennis. There is a lot going on here. So make sure you download the US Open app before you head out, because then once you're here, you've got access to player schedules, score updates, and also a grounds map so you can find your way around. The USTA puts a lot of thought into foods, but it isn't your typical food court. It is filled with iconic New York City names served up here for all the fans of the tennis center. You can also try for a reservation at one of the sit-down restaurants, either inside or outside Arthur Ashe Stadium. It can be a nice way to get out of the sun and a nice way to get off your feet for a while. Remember, this is a marquee sporting event, so nobody's going to describe the food prices here as a bargain. If you want to save some money, you can bring your own food from outside. Remember, the US Open bag policy is in place. Familiarize yourself with that. No glass bottles, no glass food containers. All around the tennis center, there are corporate sponsors fighting for your attention. There are freebies here to be had. Sometimes they're open to all. Sometimes you got to have the right credit card, but there's some good stuff. Depending on the day, you might be able to get some free sunscreen or a radio to help you listen to the action when you're inside Arthur Ashe. Don't try to do everything. You can be spontaneous, but you can also make some plans. And remember that a day here is more like a marathon than a sprint. Bring sunscreen, wear breathable clothing, bring a hat. Also be strategic about where you sit. Think of where the sun is going to be as the match goes on. You might want to be on the side of the stadium that's going to get the most shade. I think that'll help you to get ready for the first serve, and that is your US Open game plan.